Jose Youngs here, the MMAfighting.com, speaking with Sugar Sean O'Malley here at the UFC 248 media day ahead of his fight against Jose Quinonez on Saturday. Now, Sean, we haven't seen you for a while. You've obviously been dealing with this USADA situation. So I'm curious, as someone who's never dealt with someone where their livelihood is basically put on pause for a long time, what thoughts go through your head when you get this news? Is like, who did this to me? Do I have to even move states to get away? Like, what thoughts go through your head when something like that happens?
Yeah, I didn't understand tainted supplements. I didn't understand that you could. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna test for something if I'm not taking it. Like that was my mindset before. But there was times where I'm like, is someone messing with me? Like, how is this happening? I didn't understand. Do I have to move? That definitely went through my mind. But at the end of the day, I started learning about Ostrine, learning about SARMs, tainted supplements. And then Nate tests for it, and then this guy tests for it. Now I'm getting messages from other UFC fighters that haven't been announced yet because they don't have to. Now the USADA rule is if you test for it, they go through the whole investigation instead of just announcing it. So there's fighters that have messaged me recently saying, like, hey dude, I just tested for this. I don't understand how. Like, did you ever find out? Blah blah blah. And it's just like it sucks, but it's happening. It's still happening. And if you can go and Google the list of athletes, and it happens every single sport, men, female, all different ages. So it sucks, but it's happening.
Well, that's got to be an odd feeling considering you are very young. You've only had 2 fights in the UFC, and now other fighters are kind of coming to you for guidance. I would imagine that's a weird situation for you too.
Yeah, I understand how they feel. Like when you first get told that noise with that news, you're like, it hits you in the heart. You're like, what? I'm going to get in trouble for something I didn't do? Like literally getting suspended for something I didn't take. It sucks, and I can resonate with them in that feeling, and they kind of look for, like, what's the next step? Who do I got to talk to? For me, UFC really helped me navigate through the whole situation, so, huge help from the UFC.
Now you are back. I believe both of your last opponents they're not even in the UFC correctly anymore. So do you view this as, it's been 2 years, maybe fans have forgotten how good I am? Are you looking at this as maybe another debut for Sugar Sean O'Malley?
Yeah, it definitely kind of feels like that. Like the debut all over again. It's been 2 years, and it does kind of feel like that.
Do you think people forgot how good you were?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, if someone doesn't fight for 2 years, you don't get to watch them fight. You kind of, there's so many fighters, so many fights happening every weekend. It's, you forget. So I just get to go out there and remind them.
In terms of Jose Quinonez over here, did it matter who you fought, or did you just want to get back inside the octagon? Did it matter date? Did it matter who? Just get back in?
Yeah, it just worked out. It just worked out perfect. So, no, I think it's a good matchup for me. He's going to try to take me down. He's going to try to grapple me, hold me against the fence, hold me on the ground. And I just don't think he can do that. So.
And in terms of the division, I mean, since you last fought, we've had Jose Aldo drop back down. Uriah Faber came out of retire. Frankie Edgar supposedly dropping down. Henry Cejudo's now the champion. What do you make of the landscape of the division right now? Because you are one of the more popular fighters, and you've still been on the shelf for 2 years.
Yeah, the division, it's one of the most stacked divisions in the UFC. We got Moraes versus Jan coming up, maybe. I don't know, is that official or not? But that fight's sweet. That division's so stacked. But you gotta take it fight at a time. You really do, especially you don't know. Like, I didn't plan on breaking my foot last fight, getting surgery, and being out for an extra 6 months. I didn't plan on being out for 2 years, so it's hard to say who you want to fight next, when you want to fight next. You really got to take it fight by fight. But yeah, the division is stacked, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
How many wins away? I know you don't want to look ahead, but how many wins away, considering your name and recognition, do you think you need to get into that where you are getting matched up with these guys?
Not a lot, a couple.
And then one final one, a little off topic. I'm curious, what do you make of this whole conversation of open scoring where, as a fighter, would you like to know the scores after each round? So maybe if it's 1-1 going to the final, you both pick up the pace. Maybe you're up 2-0, you take your foot off the brake a little bit. So I'm curious what your opinion is on possible open scoring.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about that. I guess I kind of heard about it a little bit. Yeah, I don't see why they couldn't do that. I'm sure they'll get some good minds together and think what will be the best action. But yeah, I'd be for that.
Well, thank you so much and good luck on Saturday. Appreciate you.